Hello, beautiful, amazing souls. Welcome to another video in my channel, Filled with Fruits. And in this video, I want to share with you how my spiritual journey started, how I got my first spiritual awakening. It's a very interesting story because I got free from many addictions, including cigarettes, marijuana, alcohol, the night, and girls, and suddenly I started being a praying monk, meditating, praying to God, completely changed my lifestyle. No drugs, no alcohol, no cigarettes, and this is my story. So I was lost into all these vices, into all these addictions during my teenager years. I was angry with the world, angry with the system. I was wanting to be also a Rastafari because they always complain about Babylon and the system. I was following their teachings, going out, sleeping with girls, drinking until I forget the night. That would be every time I would go out. I wouldn't remember how I was coming back home. I would not remember how many girls I had kissed in the club. I had smoking 2 packs of cigarettes, smoked weed, and I was a complete mess. During the day, still, I was working, studying, doing the right things to make mom and dad happy. But at night, I was a complete other person. So suddenly, my two older brothers, they started meditating. And I was curious about that because I knew that meditation was for well-being. And actually, I later discovered that all my addictions, I was doing them just to feel good, temporarily, in the moment, to not feel all my emotions and just feel good. So I said, well, meditation, that can also make me feel good. So I started meditating. I asked them for the two main basic meditations, and they gave me two meditations that were guided. So it's not that I needed to learn something. I just put my headphones and put play, close my eyes, and visualize and follow the guidance of the meditation. I did the two same meditations for 3 months, and every time that I ended up that meditation that morning, I would end up with tears in my eyes. Something was happening. I didn't know what, but something was happening. I would start feeling myself. I would start feeling my soul, my emotions. And I ended up each meditation with a sense of gratitude and love towards life. And slowly I continued doing this. And after 3 months, I would grab a cigarette and I would feel rejection to it. I was like, what's this? A beer. Oh, this is disgusting. And I easily dropped those two addictions. The third one, marijuana, it took me a bit longer. Not much, like 1 week, 2 weeks longer, because I was so attached to it. I had created a whole identity around marijuana. I was the smoker, I was the Rastafari, I was the ganja listening reggae. I had all this identity created around this that it took me a bit longer. Until one day, I went to the river with my bike. I was reading Siddhartha, this book by Hermann Hesse, and I was feeling so good. Meditation was making me feel really, really good inside of me. And actually, I smoked weed just because I wanted to feel good, as I mentioned before. So I was already feeling good, and I smoked a joint, and I started feeling weird. I started feeling weird. And that moment, I realized, whoa, I don't need this substance anymore. I already achieved what I'm looking for with the substance. I already achieved it naturally. I'm feeling good with myself, finally. So that day I realized and I dropped it. I grabbed all the marijuana that I had. I gave it to a friend that I knew he was going to continue smoking. I should have thrown it, right? Not giving away to no one, but I gave it away. And from that day, I dedicated my life to my spiritual journey. I dropped, as I mentioned, cigarettes, alcohol, marijuana. I stopped going out at nights, crazy hours till 6, 7 in the morning, going out with girls. I did a vow to stop being with women for some time, to go inward and be with myself. So, what happened? In that moment of my life, I felt for the first time that I had opened my eyes. I was awake for the first time. I was present in my body. I had been asleep so many years, 22 years of my life, asleep dormant, in a dormant state. And finally I woke up. I could sense life. I could touch a leaf and be surprised. I would start breathing and feeling the aliveness in me. It was such a transformation. I didn't need headphones, music, or to read a book. I would just sit down there for hours, breathing, observing nature, the trees. I was in such a state of oneness with life. It's been so transformational. And I decided to move out from Buenos Aires city and go to the Patagonia, a region of mountains and crystalline water lakes and forests, and go deeper into my spiritual journey. Also, as a side, I was eating a lot of meat in that moment. And suddenly I also started feeling a rejection to continue eating meat. It seemed so gross, so red with the blood. It was so foreign to me. My soul couldn't deal with it. So I also dropped meat. The funny thing is that my mom was worried. She's like, "What happened with Fran? He's praying all day, meditating. He doesn't drink beer, nor he doesn't smoke. He doesn't eat meat." He thought I had gone crazy. But actually, I had woke him up from craziness. I was more conscious and more aware. But my mom thought I was going crazy. I remember my aunt. She came to a family gathering at home and she looked at me and said, "Fran, your eyes, they look different. They're shining. You have light all around your face." And that was the first time someone had said that to me. I had no idea about that, but apparently there was a glow. The spiritual energy was there. I had been so in dormant state, so trapped into the addictions and into the world that my energy was so different. And suddenly, by waking up my soul, there was all an aura around me. It was so transformational. I wanted to share my spiritual awakening story because maybe you're trapped in any type of addiction. You name it, marijuana, cigarettes, other drugs, alcohol, girls, masturbation, meat, sugar, any type, you can overcome it. You need just to tap into your soul. You need to start meditating. You need a community to support you. You need a mentor also to guide you through the process. There's hope. There's hope. Your original, true divine essence doesn't need all these addictions, all this crap. You, yourself, you're beyond all that. You're part of the divine, you're part of God. You're just using all this stuff to not feel, to not feel the pain that hasn't been felt during your life. We numb ourselves with substances. And to overcome these addictions, we need to feel. And it's okay to feel pain. It won't last forever. It won't kill you. It won't drive you crazy. And you can cope with it. You can deal with the pain inside of you. There's hope and there's a healing journey awaiting for